Welcome back to another episode of Talking Sports with your boy DP. And we in week one, dog. It's finally here. Week zero is real interesting. We seen them FS Pooh, Florida State Seminoles lose, you feel me, in week zero to Georgia Tech. But now, man, I want to talk about, last night's games, dog. Talk about what old Colorado and Shedeur Sanders in the game, Travis Hunter them did, old Coach Prime. Talk about what they did. I'm gonna talk about a couple of other games. Some of them I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth than others because I didn't watch all of them. I only watched a few of them. But first thing first, man, we'll hop right into this thing. Colorado, North Dakota State. Colorado won 31-26. And the first thing I want to say about this game is it looked like I was looking at a game in 2023, if you want to be honest. Looks a lot like last year. Blocking wasn't up to par. Some plays they blocked good, but a lot of plays, Shedeur was still getting hurried, scrambling for his life, doing stuff just to create extra time. And another thing that reminded me of last year is the run defense. They still seem like they can't stop the run. And mind you, North Dakota State, they are a FCS school, but at the same time, they just not no cupcake FCS school. They one of the top dogs in the FCS. So I could give them a little credit, but you basically just out-athleted the guys. You didn't try to maintain drive, you feel me? Try to, work the ball up the field. You was really counting on big plays, which, like my boy Coach Hayes say, ain't nothing wrong with big plays. But in a game like this, when you're playing a lesser competitor, a lesser competition, we'll say it like that, we want to, try to work your offensive game plan, work your defensive game plan. You feel me? Try to get guys used to running the system. You feel me? Get them in a rhythm, get them in a routine. And it looked more so like last year, you counted on the big plays, you just aired the ball out. You ran the ball a little bit more, but some of those was, scheme run. You hardly use your running backs. I don't know why, but hey, when y'all play in the Big 12 conference, it's gonna be kind of hard for Colorado. From what if it still be like what I seen against North Dakota State, because North Dakota State, they're in the lower, they play lower division football. Let's put it that way. And if they could run the ball the way they ran the ball, let's see what they had. Yeah, North Dakota State had 157 rushing yards, total. And this is North Dakota State. When you play some of the teams in the Big 12 that love to run and based off running the ball, you're going to have trouble, in those games. Linebacker play was iffy, but what I will say about Colorado, the tackling looked a little bit better, but for the most part, it still looked the same as last year. But I'm talking about some of these ballers also, man. That boy, Shedeur Sanders, he's the truth, man. He's the truth. You can't get no better than that. Be able to do the things he can do without having much time as most quarterbacks in the FBS is impressive. 26 for 34, 445 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. And the INT was kind of a lucky play, you feel me? It was like a fluke. I don't think he threw a bad pass. The defender just got lucky and ended up in being in the right position to catch an interception. And I also want to talk about these wide receivers, man. Jimmy Horn Jr. came to the ball. He wasn't taking no prisoners, man. The man came out there to hoop. Anybody got a fantasy and anybody, he's on your fantasy, you just go with some points with that kid. Because the kid was out there doing this thing, man. Young man, kid, they all young. But yeah, Jimmy Horn Jr., 7 receptions, 198 total receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. The man was looking faster than he did last year, I will say that. But let's talk about the big dog, Travis Hunter. The man looked like an NFL player out there amongst little boys. Now, mind you, I want to see if he can keep it up against more competition. And I feel like Colorado need to decide where they want to utilize him the most. Because they saying and claiming he'll come tell us when he get tired. He'll let us know if he getting tired. Bro, sometimes you got to protect the player from himself. Most players don't want to come out the game. But put him in the best predicament to stay healthy and you feel me, have a healthy football career. Because playing that much, the liability, the percentage of injury is higher with him playing so many snaps. Because when football, it's not if you get injured, it's when you get injured. And having him on the field that much gives him more opportunity to get injured. Now, you could have him on defense, but I prefer him to be on offense, man, because you can use them more. You can utilize them more. And then you can also use them as decoys. You feel me? Get somebody else some burn and some sting and some shine just because they got to worry about Travis Hunter. But yeah, Travis Hunter, 7 receptions, 132 yards, and 3 tuggies. All the tuggies was beautiful, especially that one catch in the corner. The DB was all over him. The man just had strong hands. Couldn't do nothing with it. Couldn't do nothing about it, dog. But I also want to give a little shout out to North Dakota State quarterback Cam Miller. The man was balling. 18 for 22, 277 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 81 rushing yards, and 5.1 yards average and 2 rushing touchdowns. So Cam Miller came to play, man. He was fighting for his team. And if he letting the FCS quarterback treat your defense like this, man, you're going to have some trouble in conference play, I'm telling you. So Colorado, y'all got some game plan to do. You got to tighten up, especially on that defense, man. The defense was getting pressure here and there, but honestly, you guys was bigger than North Dakota State. You feel me? But they was playing more physical. But you guys was bigger than those guys. So I don't know how it's going to look when y'all get in conference play. Can't think of the schedule. I'm pretty sure y'all got a conference game coming up soon, though. But I can't think of the schedule. But I also want to say Colorado defense gave up 449 yards of total offense to a FCS school. Gotta do better, man. Their defense looking exactly like last year. And with the Colorado offense, the Colorado offense, tongue-tied, we know they can score. We know they gonna score. We know they can score fast, quick, and in the hurry, in the blink of an eye. But when you know your defense is struggling, you feel me, and having a hard time maintaining the other team, you might want to slow the game down just a little bit to give your defense a break, a breather. That's just for future references. Unless you know you just finna put up 51 and they can't keep up. If you know that, then hey, go full regalia. But if not, man, help your defense out a little bit, man, because 449 total yards that North Dakota State had is ridiculous. I already talked about the run game, and I'm also going to say North Dakota State had the ball for 36 minutes and 44 seconds. That's more than half of the game, guys. Like, Colorado defense has to show me more if I want to take them serious. Now, in the beginning of the year, this year I had them at least winning 6 games. I don't know how I feel about that 6 games right now. Granted, they could steal some more games. And then I had them beating North Dakota State, but I didn't think it was gonna look like this, how it looked. It looked too similar to last year, the stuff that they was doing. So let's move on to the next game. But shout out to Colorado, you feel me? Way to get the W at the end of the day. It don't matter as long as you get the W. It don't really matter how you win if you gonna win. But if you lose, we gonna talk trash about you, I'm telling you now. But next game I want to talk about, you know I'm an old Florida boy, so I'm going to talk about UCF. And when I say Florida boy, I mean I'm from the state of Florida. We ain't repping no Gators. It's all about you over here, just to be clear. But like I was saying, UCF versus New Hampshire. UCF went out there and handled business. They did what they were supposed to do, 57-3. But I want to talk about KJ Jefferson a little bit. I was talking all kind of trash to a lot of people in the offseason saying how good of a quarterback KJ Jefferson is, which the first game, I'm not going to just change my whole demeanor or how I feel about KJ Jefferson, because I still feel like he's a good quarterback. But what I will say, first game jitters seemed like it got to KJ this game, because KJ Jefferson had the best game. 7 for 14, 164 passing yards, and 2 passing touchdowns, 1 INT, 11 carries, 39 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. He had 3 touchdowns on the day, but passing, I don't know, man. I don't know. He wasn't looking too good passing, and maybe Gus Malzahn would have passed it more if KJ Jefferson was looking a little bit more consistent in the passing game. That's to be seen. But what I will say about old KJ Jefferson, though, I feel like he's going to improve more and more as the season goes on, as he get more comfortable with this offense. Because what I will say, UCF is going to run that ball. They got 3 capable running backs from what I see. R.J. Harvey, 11 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns. Penny Boone, the big bruiser, 7 carries, 81 yards in the tuggy. And Miles Montgomery, 8 carries, 77 yards in the tuggy. So yeah, man, UCF, they got the big W. They looking pretty good out there, decent, but they got a lot of work. Because, this is New Hampshire. This ain't Big 12 conference play when you got to go play them big dogs. UCF was 4 for 11 on third downs. That's pitiful. They got to do better than that. They got to get that up. I don't like that at all. Because when you play tougher competition, you're going to need to convert on them third downs. But what I will say, UCF had 639 yards of total offense. So they was moving that ball. That's where 57 points come in. But my problem with that, out of the 639 yards of total offense, only 185 of that was from passing. And usually UCF is a running team, but usually also get their wide receivers involved heavily also. So KJ Jefferson got to pick it up. I wish I could have seen Ja'Cory Brown a little more. He got in fourth quarter, and I feel like he only got in so late was because I feel like Gus wanted KJ Jefferson to get more comfortable with the offense, see him get a better look for KJ. He didn't want KJ to end off on a bad night, because it was looking bad out there. I ain't gonna lie, for a minute it was looking bad out there for him. But something positive, UCF had 454 total yards on the ground. UCF gonna run that bit. I'm telling you, they gonna run that ball. They got some hogs down there. They got some dogs when it comes to that running back room. UCF got a great running back room. But we're going to see how it look when they get in conference play. That's going to tell you the real deal, man. But, yeah, man, week 1 is officially here. I'm ready for my Canes to take over them Gators, dog. Feel me? We're a day away. A day away. It's almost here. My Canes finna come up here and turn up. They better win, you feel me? If not, I'm gonna come over here talking trash. But I'm gonna look foolish because I've been talking trash to everybody that's a Gator fan already. So if we lose, I'm gonna look foolish. But it is what it is. I can own up to it. I'm gonna talk my trash earlier, you feel me? Go Canes. But what I wanna highlight too, man, my boy Reggie Bush made the Heisman house. They finally got my boy in the Heisman commercial, you feel me? Got him out the doghouse. And I kind of found it cool how they, brought him out the freezer like he was sitting in the freezer this whole time, type vibe. But shout out to Reggie Bush, man, for finally getting in the Heisman house. It's on, the commercials that they do. I want to say Nissan for the Heisman Trophy winners each and every year. And I want to just say a few things, not go in depth about NC State versus West Carolina. NC State won 38-21, but this game was close majority of the game up to the fourth quarter. But with NC State, I just feel like, they got to get used to playing with each other, get comfortable with each other. I feel like NC State going to be pretty good. I wouldn't let this game go too far over my head, per se. NC State is going to be a good team. Don't let this game fool you, because they was out there struggling with the FCS school. They just got to get used to playing with Grayson McCall being a nuisance. I think he had over 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. So Grayson McCall, good pickup for NC State. And I'm interested to see how they look the rest of the year, because I feel like they're going to be some tough competition when it comes to the ACC play. And I also want to talk about North Carolina versus Minnesota. North Carolina ended up with the win 19-17. This was a boring, slow game, man. It dragged. And I want to say North Carolina starting quarterback Max Johnson had got hurt in this game. I don't know the particular injury. I caught it late because, as I was flipping through the channels watching each game, I caught it late. I kind of wanted North Carolina to win, though, just to make the ACC look a little better, because we out here looking crazy a little bit. NC State got the dub, still kind of looked crazy a little bit, but we gonna see, man. We're gonna see how this thing play out, dog. That's all I really got for y'all today. Want to talk about a little college football, Saturday games. I'm gonna talk about some of those too. Excuse me, as they as I watch them, as they come out, as I present them, whatever. And Wednesdays, you feel me? Certain Wednesdays, I'm gonna be on the show with Chuck and Chubb. You feel me? We're gonna try to talk about some college football there also. So with that being said, like, share, subscribe, and your boys out. It's all about the you feel me? Go Canes, let's get it.